Hi everyone, welcome to Carmen Katharine's Reefs. So we've been doing a lot of angels this week, last week. So today we're going to do another one. And we're going to make it from the Dollar Tree tinsel trees. You can make these into tree toppers. You can make them into table toppers. And you can put them over a water bottle to give them more stability. And you can put them on grave sites for your loved ones that have passed. Okay, so we're going to go over that, and we're going to make a pretty angel today. First thing I wanted to go over with, because I do have a lot of new people, is tools that you can use. You can use a wood burner. It's $12.95 at Walmart. To cut your mesh, it singes the edges so it doesn't fray as much. However, there is a chemical that comes off the wood burner when you touch any fabric that's very toxic to your lungs. So if you use a wood burner, please wear a mask. Okay, I use it on occasions when I'm working with a lace. So the other thing is, I know a lot of people use your rotary cutters. What I use is exactly like a rotary cutter, but it's power operated. It charges in the wall. For 18 hours, you have a nice, workable, chargeable power cutter. So it's an 18 hours that it lasts. It recharges. It's a great tool. It's Skill power cutter, screwdriver with cutter attachment, or they still sell this, but it's designed a little bit different, and it's a lot more expensive if you get this one. However, you can get one called the Zip Snip by Work, and it's $28. You can buy them on Amazon, eBay, Walmart.com, online. A lot of your tool places have them. The Zip Snip, Home Depot has it online only. Okay? So anyways, you can cut 10 to 15 pieces of mesh at once. So I'm going to cut 3 pieces just to show you. And I'm going to cut the colors I'm going to use today. So I do have another tutorial cutting 10 pieces at once and everything you can use to cut this. So all you're going to do is you're going to hold these 2 buttons at once. Make sure you put your rocks over your fabric. Measure it out. And this is really, really easy. And you have no fray. It's just like a rotary. Does not mean you're not supposed to put your adhesive on it. They have the E6000, which is a mist spray. I used the Crayon adhesive spray. I spray it twice, let it dry 20 minutes in between each spray. Then I seal it with the UV resistant clear. They are both for crafts. You're going to see a little craft thing on it. If you don't see that, then it's not for crafts. It gives it a harder shell and it keeps the stickiness off. So when you use this, I use this with it. So this is 2 coats after this dries, and I wait about 30-40 minutes in between each spray. Spray them outside and wear your mask, please. So I'm going to cut one more time so everybody can see. And then we're going to go over the supplies that we're using today. For those of you that are curious about my grandson, I have a lot of regulars on here. His white blood count is extremely low, and we are going to be going to get the results. His T3 is good though, but they tested him for cancer last week. He has Down syndrome and he's 2. When I find out, I will keep everyone posted. Okay, so thank you for your prayers and your kind words. So once again, there we go. See that? Nice and neat. You can cut felt. You can cut the foam sheets I use to cover the backs. You can cut just about everything with this. Ribbon, anything. It's a cute little thing to have. So like I said, the Zip Snip is the cheapest if you're on a budget. Okay, so of course I am going to do the gold and the silver today for our angel. Gold and silver's in, but like I said, it's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to I cut 10-inch squares of my gold with gold metallic strip in it. And I have a couple 10-inch squares of my silver with silver metallic strip in it. This is leftover from some other projects we have done. So that's part of what we're using today. I am going to put a strand of lights in this so we can go over that. Now I stripped one down to the bare minimum so you can see. So the reason why I use the tinsel or aluminum foil underneath these, because you'll be able to see this when you're working with your mesh, and you don't want to see it. Plus, this gives off a reflection off the light and brightens it up. Okay, so that's why I tore it down. So as we're making it, you can see where I'm going over the bars, because I want everyone to know how to do this. You need your T-pins. You need a foam ball. You can get it at Dollar Tree, or you can get some bigger ones from Walmart. And these are, how big are these? Can't read it, my glasses are on. I think they're like 3-inch. About 3 inches. I'm going to use the 4-inch that I got from Walmart. You paint them, and you can paint them white, you can paint them any color, you can put some glitter on it, and just, you know, make it beautiful. So all you're going to do is you're going to take the very tip of this off. I'm not taking the whole thing. Just the tip, enough to put the head on of the angel. You don't want to take too much off, because we need this to reflect off your lights. Now you can make this without lights. If you're putting it on a gravestone, then you can just make your angel and put it over the bottle without lights. Okay? So I wouldn't really use lights unless you want to, but I wouldn't, not over a gravestone. So there's that. So now the first thing you want to do is, I got some multicolored lights, and I got them from the Dollar Tree. We are going to be using our zip ties from the Dollar Tree, and I got some pipe cleaners from the Dollar Tree. The Christmas ones, the gold and the silver. Alright, so we're going to use that, and I have some ribbon that I'm going to make a cute little bow to go over it. I have the silver from Walmart. It was $7.98 for 75 feet. And then this one was on sale at Hobby Lobby. It's 40% off their Christmas right now. So it was about $6, which isn't bad for 95 feet. Is it 95? 90 feet. For 90 feet, that's not bad at all. Good price. Put that up. Sorry. Alright, so I'm going to get the zip ties out, and then the first thing you want to do is you want to place your lights in it if you're using lights. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them through. So we're going up here. That's why I stripped it down so everybody can see, because I know people are going to say, what is she doing? I can't see it. So you're going to just put it in through it. Now I'm going to use, you can use, so if you want, and it makes it better, you can either use your zip ties, or you can cut your pipe cleaners in half to match the tinsel. And you're just going to go over and around it. Just remember, I use a lot of zip ties when I work with this. So you don't want to make it too fat, because then we're not going to get around the bar. Okay, so one twist, clip off. If that's, which I know most people are going to do that. See, and I didn't get it all the way. Sorry, it's a little tricky. So again, around the light, around the bar, right here, and just one twist. You don't want it sticking too far out either, so where it's laying, and then trim it. Okay? If you're using your zip ties, which I use a lot of zip ties, what I would do with a zip tie is, again, these are thinner than if you're using your pipe cleaners. So you're going to go around your bar, over your light. Okay, so in the corner, around the bar, over your light, Get this in. There we go. So if you don't like that, and you push it inside. So with the zip ties, you're just going to push it inside. It gives it a tighter fit than with this. I prefer zip ties, but I wanted to show everyone. So you're putting it in, corner, around the light, and the bar to hold it on, over. Okay, make sure it's over your bar. You want to hold that in. And then as you work down, you're just going to go down, around the bar, around the light, and zip tie it over. So you're just going to work it through. I'm going to work this through off camera, and I'm going to go all the way around it. Alright? Now you don't really need it in the back because the wings are going on the back. So just work it around, fasten it on. When you get to your very last part, then unpause me so we can go over our next step, okay? So I'll see you in a few seconds. Okay, so I only put the lights on the front because the back you're putting your angel wings, so you don't need them on the back, okay? So one strand is just enough to highlight it. So what you want to do on the back here is you're going to take a zip tie. So if you're going to put it on a stone, let's see if it works. Like I said, I wouldn't put lights on it, but you can put lights on it and stick it underneath, all right? But if you're going to put it on a tree, you want to have it hanging so it fits over the tip of the tree. So you have it hanging here. So on the back, you just click on the lights. If you're going to just put it on the tabletop, you can tuck it under and put it on the as a decor on your table. So, trying to explain it so everyone knows. So all you're going to do is you're going to take it again. You want to go around a bracket. Okay. You want to take some of that slack up, and I'm going to put it around it. As you see, I put it around the zip tie. Don't over tighten it either. So I'm going to actually use 2 and put another one right here. But enough where you can tuck it if you're using a table topper. So I'm going to grab another zip tie. So then again, you're going to put it over the bar on the bottom. And always the flat side facing you for the zip tie. Otherwise it's backwards. You want the teeth to grab on it. Just stick it through. And you can put a little slack there and then move it to your measurements and then pull it. Don't over tighten it because this is plastic and you don't want to break it. It's very durable though. I was surprised. So see? This is going to reflect just like the tomato cage angel I made. Alright? And you can move your lights over more if you want more on the front. So now what we're going to do, just like we did before, but I'm going to use different colors today. I used gold before, but I'm going to use the gold and the silver together. Like I said, I have some left over. You're just going to, so you can use your Dollar Tree. You're just going to scrunch it. You fold it, corner, corner. And you don't have to go all the way over it. Scrunch it and down. Okay, and you can twist it just a tad bit to hold its shape. So, and you can use the Dollar Tree as well. Just when you cut it, make sure that you still cut it at 6 by 10. That way you still have the length. So then you're going to take, I use zip ties. You can take your pipe cleaners if you want. I am a zip tie girl. So I do zip ties on almost everything. I still use pipe cleaners, don't get me wrong. It depends on what project we're doing. And I'm going to just put the gold where it's overlapping the silver. So we're going to try and do her a little bit different. So remember, like last time when I did this, we do it in 2 layers. The top layer, and then we go over it, and then you have your bottom layer. So same exact thing. So when you're placing it on, so everybody can see, when you do the tippy top, there's a little teeth here. You want to get this over the 2 or around here. But leave slack to put the head on, because you still want to put this on. So don't go too high. And there's teeth right here. So as you're placing it over, you can go like this. This has teeth to hold the tinsel. So you're just going to place it over, and you're going to zip tie it. Make sure it's around that teeth to hold it on. Alright? That's how you're going to hold it on. There's teeth. So I'm going to take mine, and I want that tippy top without anything. And you can put a piece of ribbon around her neck like I did with the other one I showed you guys to do with the Dollar Tree. So you're just going to go, and it's going to look funky at first and spread all out, but this all gets down when we put the pipe cleaner around it to hold it down. So if this is your first time, you'll see. Don't worry about it. Just snip. All this is covered. You can tilt it back. And you just do this in layers. We're layering it. So we're going to go all the way around this. Corner, corner, scrunch, twist. Remember, metallic sheds, so you need to trim it, okay? I'm going to take some silver. This is all leftover stuff I had. So they have the cream gold at the Dollar Tree, and they have silver. So you can use the same colors with the different fabric if you want to do the Dollar Tree. Just remember that with Dollar Tree, it's a little bit thinner. So instead of me using, 10 pieces, you're going to use probably 20 because it's thinner. All right? And we're going around. You want to make sure you go in there around that teeth so it can hold it on. Like I said, at first you're going to say, what is she doing? And then it all comes together. Once we're done, you'll see. And she fell out. That's okay. And stick it right through. And pull it through. You just don't want to pull on the fabric too much because friction causes spray. And I do spray these. There we go. Make sure you don't clip your tinsel where it comes off either. But as you see that? And it'll all come together once we're done. You'll see how pretty it is. So I'm doing 2 in each part. There's 4 sections at the top, and I'm doing 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, and 2 here. But as it gets fatter, you're going to need more to go around. So some people don't even do the double layers. I do, so you can't see through it, and you still see the lights because of the tinsel. It illuminates it. Just like the tomato cage, I used aluminum foil, and it highlighted those blue lights and really made it shine. Again, scrunch, twist kind of to the side. Put it through both of them. If you're using a pipe cleaner, you're just going to twist it and then you twist it on. And I'll show that real quick because I do have people who still use pipe cleaners, so I want to show them. So when you use your pipe cleaner, put it through both of them. Make sure you get a real tight twist, and then you twist it around. okay? And make sure it still gets around that teeth, because that's what's going to hold it, is these teeth. And you only use half a pipe cleaner when you're using pipe cleaners. So I have people who use pipe cleaners and people who use zip ties. I use zip ties, and they're very easy for people who have arthritis. And a lot of you have, you know, arthritis from working and different things. So this is a lot easier than sitting there and twisting it around the bar. This is easier for me. So just stick it through, make sure it's around the teeth. And it locks in really good. So, and I like I said, I like this to show in between the two colors. There we go. Very pretty. Silver and gold are in. So that's why I'm doing silver and gold. So go ahead. If we have just one more, might as well just do it now. Let's get our last one on. Down. Take your silver. Like I said, you can use Dollar Tree too. Lots of people do. And they have this silver and they have gold. And go around your bar. It's a lot easier to do the zip ties than to sit there and twist it around your bar. I will tell you that. These are Fiskars. I know I said that earlier. I hope I did. If not, they're utility scissors that I got from Lowe's. They're called Fiskars. Alright. So you don't have to do too much on the top. So now we're going to get to our next layer underneath. I don't know if I want it all gold or to add the silver. Let me see. I might just do all gold for the skirt. So corner, scrunch, twist down. I just want to see what it looks like. I think it would look pretty with both colors. So I don't have a lot of silver left. Let's see what I can do. Scrunch down. This should be up, flat side. So we are going to go to, so measure your skirt where you want it. So if you put it up in the Coke bottle, you can have a little bit hanging down. I think that'll be fine. So I'm going right about right here on the teeth. So about 1, 2, about the third tooth down. So 1, 2, 3. Not the one in the center. I'm counting down. So if you count the one in the center, you're going 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Now, if you cut your mesh longer, you don't have to do it like this. I just like the layered look personally. So I'm going to go around the teeth. Okay, zip tie. That's all me. There we go. So just follow the leader. Let's see. So you might need, it's a little bit long on one side. I think it went, yeah, one side shorter than the other. I'll pull it through. Good thing with zip ties, you can take it apart. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're going to do 10 pieces going around this part. So go ahead and fill it up and put me on pause, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so now it looks like it looks like a fairy dress. It's actually really pretty together, the two colors. I love it. So the biggest thing you need to do is, because of the friction of moving everything on, trim it. Always trim. Trim at every chance you can. I even trim before I spray. Working with certain mesh, some mesh fray more than others. So just trim it. So this is paper mart mesh. I don't know if I said that. I know I did when I was cutting that, but this is the gold with gold metallic, and this is the silver with silver metallic, both from paper mart. So what you're going to do is, because this is a fatter angel, is you're going to take 2 pipe cleaners, or you can take a piece of wire, but remember, we only use the wire unless we have to, because it can mangle up your mesh as well. So working with delicate mesh like this, any mesh is delicate, but when you're working with friction, I like to use the pipe cleaners over it. You can take a zip tie too, but it's going to have to be a sturdy zip tie, and it's going to have to be a longer zip tie. And this ain't going to cut it. Okay, so you're going to wrap the 2 edges together around, and then you're going to take your dress, and don't do it too tight because you don't want anything to break either, but tight enough to go around it on the top. See how pretty that dress is? It's beautiful. So you're just going to put, almost like you're tying a shoe, you're going to put one under it, pull, and then secure it. And make sure I put this on the back, so you want to put it on the back, not the front. And that's where your battery is. Center it. So I'm actually going to do 2, because we have one that you use for your bow, if you're going to put a bow on it, and then one back here for the wings. So I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to twist it over here, and you want to go down some. Go down. I'm actually going to use the other one. I can use this for both. So, but you still want to move it down to hold the dress down so it's not so poofy. Look at these colors. It's beautiful. So, and again, you're going to twist it. Nice little twist so it's secure. And you can take, so trim, again, you want to trim, because metallic does shred a little bit. So have it as poofy or as pretty as you like. Do you see how that looks? That is gorgeous. Gold and silver, beautiful. So trim, just trim around, and we do spray her. It's like making a doll. This is actually beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Just shape it. And you want to shape it before you spray it as well, because once you spray it, you're done, okay? Because that forms it. So you just trim around, get the little metallic pieces off. This is actually gorgeous. Beautiful. So now, your next step is I am going to go ahead, because, we're going to add your wings and we're going to add the bow. So you guys can start to see, and you're going to want to put a piece of ribbon around her neck. But I'm going to take some glue. Just a little bit, not too much, because it will drip onto your fabric, and we don't want it to ruin that pretty gold and silver, but enough to give it a nice security so it stays on. And then you're just going to work it down, and don't press too hard because you can completely ruin this, and we don't want to ruin it. So now we're going to decide, do we want silver and gold as the halo or just silver? I think just silver would be fine because she has a lot of gold on. What do you think? Just silver? I think just silver. So you want to shape her head. So you're just going to shape her little halo to put on her. And again, everybody, if you're just now watching and it's your first time, welcome. But many of you know I always use T-pins. You take a little T-pin and you're going to secure this on the back. Just make sure everything is in line with that battery back there, because this is the back and that's the front. Then you're going to take your T-pin and you're going to put it right through to hold it down. Okay, make sure you shape her little halo nice and pretty to her head, and then you're going to take a small dab of glue, and this reinforces it on there and it stays. Don't use too much, just enough to put it on. You can also wrap the pipe cleaner, let this dry. You wrap it as well. If you feel you need more security than that, you can wrap it around and then form it. Okay, and then stick it behind the head as well. You can take the tail. I'm trying to show everybody different ways to do it. So here, we're making her halo. We're forming it to her head. Okay, so wrap it and shape it. And then what you do right here is you don't want the whole thing because you want it to be up some. Is you can take it just a little tail right here, wrap it around the T-pin, okay, you'll see what I'm doing. Let me just show you. So it's around it, it's secure, and then you just put it through the ball, your styrofoam ball. This one's a little bit smaller than that one, so this is just an example. And then you would glue it, and that keeps it nice and tight as well. The glue will secure it on. Alright, so everyone has an idea. And she's beautiful already. So now we're going to work on her wings, and then we'll do the bow last. And I'm not going to do a real big bow. So you measure the body on how big you want the bow. I also want a little necklace around her head, so because I'm using the silver, should I use gold around it or should I use silver? Silver. Yeah, I think the silver will be fine. Silver kind of brightens her up. So I do, and you just can fold it in half. Put it around her, and this blends all of that in. And it gives her a nice little pretty look as well. I'm just going to take it behind, tie it so it hides the zip ties or whatever, and it gives it a nice angelic pretty look to her. Just tie it into a little knot. Don't do too hard either. And again, with this, you can put a little bit of glue there if you feel you need to. I don't. I honestly don't. And then all you do with that is you're just going to trim her little edges off her necklace. And that gives her more of a pretty look. See what I did? I just put a little necklace around her. That's all I did. So now I'm going to take the wings, and I have more to cut if I need it longer. So I have the white with the gold metallic, I have white, and I have silver. Okay? I'm going to grab another white with silver. And we're going to layer her wings. So in these, you can do 10 inches. This one I think is a little bit longer for something else. It's 11. So I'm just going to grab, and again, you can use, I've seen this on other people's, they use it. And again, you need to trim your metallic. Once this is all trimmed and done, there's no more trimming once you spray it. Use another silver one. And your Bodabra, and we're just going to layer her wings. Really pretty. So we're going to see if we're going to add, like I did on the door hanger, I added wings. So I'm going to layer it up with different colors of white. So I'm going to do the white on the gold. It's going to give it texture and color. I'm going to do the white with the silver. Again, you can get all your, I get all this from Paper Mart. And then you just do some more if you want it thicker or fatter. Or just giving it texture. Sorry about that. And I think that's probably enough right there, to be honest with you. Yeah, that looks fat. So you're going to scrunch it down. It's layering up those wings. I think actually I'm going to finish this off. So yeah, a little silver, white, and then another silver on top. Go. So some of these are like 11 inches and some of them are 10 as far as the wings go. And take this, and make sure you get this really let me get this off. Sorry about that. You want to get it really tight. It's kind of hard to do that on there. It's just shaping her wings. And it's got the different color whites in it, so this is going to make her wings sparkle. So let's see which way. My head that way? Yeah, I think so too. I like the way they're shaped. So I'm going to go ahead, because I figured out I want to do it there. I'm going to tie it again like tying a knot. Then you have this, and you have a little bit of room under there. And we're going to trim this once we get this all together. So you're just twisting it all together to give it that nice tightness. And you still have to shape her wings once you get her all the way together too. Trim it once you get to the desired look you want, but I want to put it around for extra security. And now I'm going to trim it. So you can also have them facing the other way, and we can add one. I might add one longer piece going this way. Yeah, I want to add one. I glam mine up, so make her wings beautiful. And like I said, always trim. So let's see. So just like the other day when we did this, I don't really want to go to 18 inches. I want to go about 16. And I'm going to take this one, both colors, just to texture it up. I want them a little bit longer. So 15 inches. The rocks help, let me tell you, they help when you're cutting. So paperweights or rocks. Go over. There we go. Now those are kind of poofing out. I want these to, oops, poof in. I'm just scrunching it in the middle. I'm just going to put this in here to hold it while I scrunch up the other one. This is the Bodabra. Bodabras are very inexpensive bow maker, $10, $12. For those of you on a budget, I want this a little bit tighter. This is not tight enough for me. There we go. Now it's getting there. So, kind of want these to flow the other way. Yes, that's exactly what I want. What do you think? Yeah, that's what I want too. Asking my husband now, he's asking, what do you think? So I'm going to take it underneath. So if you guys are trying to look, all I'm doing is I'm taking the pipe cleaner that's on this and going underneath the other wing with that pipe cleaner. And then I'm going to twist it over her little dress and twist it again and go over. Good thing about pipe cleaners, you can add. So she's got some pretty wings. Those are gorgeous. So because the wings are so big, we're not going to make a big bow, not too big. So now I'm going to take I'm going to take these ribbons, and I'm just going to give it not too much, just enough to make her sparkle, and it covers that part up. This looks like it's part of her dress, so you don't have to worry about that either. So remember, we're making this for your loved ones that have passed on. And let me get right here. This is the wire that you get for the Bodabra. And I always use my floral wire, and I'll cut this down when I'm done. So you fold your ribbon in half to make the legs. I always tie right here to secure it. And then I measure the legs one from another. And you can do any size you want. Make this your angel. So then we're going to trim it, make sure they're the same size. This gold one's a little bit longer, so I'm going to trim that edge as I'm trimming this. There we go. We're actually going to do this a little bit different than I normally do. We're going to fold this in half. I'm going to twist. I'm not doing them together today. I'm doing them separate. Pull down. Remember, you twist with the upside, the unshiny side should be facing up, and then when you go to fold it down over, you have the shiny side of your ribbon facing upwards. So always measure your legs. I usually do by sight, but when I'm working with my angels, I want to be very particular. I don't want to be off at all. So that one is, don't want it that big. I want them about 6 inches. You don't want them too big because then you're going to take away from the rest of it. There we go. So we're going to fold this. Unshiny side should be facing up. Twist it. We're going to fold down. You're going to measure it, and then you want to tie it to secure your loops. We said 6, right? Yep. We're just going to secure this. Now this is the easy part, because you're going to measure from each loop. So you don't have to sit there and use that again. So we're going to just turn it, and you're going to put them right on top of each other, okay? Pull down. This loop should be on top of that loop. Twist up. Fold in half. Loop on top of the other loop. And you can secure this. The biggest key is tie down. You can't tie down enough, or you can, you'll have a lopsided bow. So you can tie it down. That way you don't lose it. Again, we're going to do one more, and then we're going to change colors. Down, top of the other. Now, when this faces, as it's laying down, you're going to see that when you go to scrunch it down, it's just a tad bit longer, and that is completely normal. Don't sit there and beat yourself up. It's like that much longer on top than the other side, each one. And they all lay like that, so it's fine. In half, measure your loop. Like I said, as it lays down, it's always going to be that a tad bit longer. You just put them on top of each other, and then you're going to tie it. Cut your tail. I always have a little bit longer tail, but because we have one right here, we don't need too much of a tail because we tuck the tails in. And you're going to take your silver. And this one I got from Walmart. We're going to put your tail in. We're going to twist it. And just like we do normally, I usually try to do about 4 inches just to give it, so it's not the same size. We're making our little baby loops on this. 4 inches. Down, measure, and you can do, where am I seeing it? There we go. Tie. You can do as many loops as you want. Make it as elaborate as you want. Remember, this is an angel, and most of these are going to be with your loved ones. So make it as beautiful as you want it. So I'm only going to do 2. twist facing the unshiny side, facing up, fold in half, twist down, loops on top of each other. They always lay just a little bit bigger, and that's fine, like I said earlier. I think I'm going to do one more loop. And I think I'm going to make it actually smaller. Let's see how we can do this. And go. About 3 inches. Twist. Make sure that's, and again, if you need to tie it down, because there's no shame in that. You want to make this beautiful and perfect. So let's do this again. Because that's a little loop. I want to make sure that I'm at the right, what did I say? 3. It's there. Good eyesight. I have bad eyesight, but this is good measurements. So, tie. Now, you want to squish it and tighten it. Tie again. Alright. Leave a little tail. That's what you were pointing at, huh? So I use Regina Seller's Fluff Box. My husband actually made mine, but you can buy it from her. We do not make these for people. But it's called, when you fluff it in the air, you can make it really ugly. So you want to have a fluff box. It shapes it. So we're going to take this, and we're making it a multicolored center. So that's why I did that. So I'm going to take the back. We are going to tie it. I tuck them, and then I tie them down. And this is, you can also cut this down and use wire, because we're going to go over it again with wire. See how that did? Really pretty. Really, really pretty. Go back again. Tie. Knot it. Remember I said I use wires, so I'm cutting this one off. And I'm putting floral wire on it. All I'm going to do is just tie it on there so we can get it around that. You can also take your pipe cleaner too. This is 26 gauge, I believe. Around. And this is why we use a fluff box. So now, just gonna fluff it. I see I left one out. It's fine. I left a tail out, so you can trim that off. You don't need all of them. And this is all we're doing, is we're just pulling it apart and fluffing it and shaping it for your pretty angel. And I did make this bow big when I said I was going to make a smaller one. Sorry about that. Like I said, angels on your loved one's gravesite. Make it as big and as beautiful as you want. There we go. It's really pretty. So take your ends, fold them in half. Okay, so we're doing a store-bought bow. This is how stores do it. So you want it to look professional. Cut at an angle. Get your little pretty V's in there. Same thing to this side. What you do on one side, you do on the other. Cut up. There we go. I'm just going to take it off the box. Now you can put a pipe cleaner around it to secure it if you want. This is the last part of your pretty angel you're going to need. And she's going to be beautiful. So all I do is I put it around this. And then I take it around the one underneath so it doesn't come loose. At bottom of her skirt as well. So the two pipe cleaners we put on her, we're taking those together. Here, one here, and one here. One part of your tail there, and the other one underneath that one. And then we're going to pull it. And tie it. I'm just putting the wire inside the wire and making a knot. That's all I'm doing. Then you're going to take your scissors. That a little bit tighter. There we go. Trim it. And there's your angel. So put it on a gravesite. Put her on a water bottle for your loved ones. And if you want, you can turn on the lights. You can do white lights, multicolored lights, whatever you want. And just trim it. This is your last time to trim it. Then you spray it down. Ribbon, I use Stiffen Stuff. I don't use adhesive on top of the ribbon because it can discolor your ribbon, so you don't want to do that. I use Stiffen Stuff on it, okay? So this stiffens it up. Spray your ribbon, let it dry, and then your mesh, I spray with adhesive. Twice, let it dry 20 minutes in between each one, and then I spray it with the UV resistant. Let it dry about 30 minutes in between each spray. So what I would do before you put your ribbon on, after you make your ribbon, shape it, and then go spray it. And I have another tail sticking up. I knew I had one more. That's fine. Got it. Here we go. Nice and pretty. So this is your tree topper of your angel, or you can put it on a gravestone of your loved one, or a beautiful table topper. And she is gorgeous. I love it. You don't have to use the lights, but like I said, use a Coke bottle, use a water bottle, whatever you can to weight it down so it doesn't get blown off if you're putting it on your loved one's graves. Like, share, subscribe. I'll see you in a little while. I'm doing a candy cane, and it's a pull-through ruffle, so it was a request. Have a blessed night, everybody. Bye.